Well, as we heard earlier, President Cyril Ramaphosa will announce his new cabinet tomorrow. Spokesperson Vincent Magwenya announced this a short while ago. Our senior reporter Siphamandla Goge was at that briefing, and he joins us now live. Sipa, of course, we know now 7 p.m. Finally, the wait is over. Vincent, not really saying much about why we almost waited a month for this to happen.
Indeed, it's finally happening. At least now South Africans will know that tomorrow evening by 7 o'clock, President Ramaphosa will be announcing changes to his executive. He has no choice because a number of factors have forced him to reconfigure his executive. They stem from the fact that even before the National Congress of the governing ANC, there was a vacancy that was created by the departure of former Minister of Public Service and Administration, Minister Ayanda Dlodlo, who was, of course, the minister responsible for state security and intelligence at some point before the July unrest, and there was that cabinet reshuffle where she was moved to public service and administration, and also the resignation of former Deputy President David Mabuza, which was motivated by the outcomes of the ANC's December Congress, whereby Paul Mashatile was elected Deputy President of the governing party. And within the ANC's highest decision-making body, which is the National Executive Committee, a number of new members were elected, which then would force the president of the ANC to reconfigure his executive and accommodate some, not all, the people who made it to the NEC, and also the departure of Transport Minister Mr. Fikile Mbalula, who was elected Secretary General of the ANC, who is full-time at Luthuli House. I asked Mr. Vincent Magwenya about whether Mr. Mbalula has resigned or not, but we all know for a fact that that resignation will be coming if it has not already landed at President Ramaphosa's desk, because Mr. Mbalula will have to resign and focus on his political responsibilities at Luthuli House. So those are some of the dynamics that forced the president to consider these changes that he will be making tomorrow. Will it be a total overhaul of the executive? Will it be a patch-up, just filling in some of the vacancies that have arisen? Of course, it's up to him. It's his prerogative. The Constitution allows him to do that. We will only find out tomorrow whether he will be making a lot of changes or he will just be filling in vacancies that are open as we speak. But take a listen to how Mr. Magwenya made that announcement following a public outcry. Basically, if you take into account that, of course, there was no set date that the president announced, but he had said that this cabinet reshuffle was going to happen. Mr. Magwenya himself said in a number of days. The deputy president of the ANC, Mr. Paul Mashatile, addressing NUM workshop or Congress, said it was only a matter of days for this announcement to be made, and many people, based on speculation, which really the date was never confirmed by the presidency, there was some talk that this past Thursday evening the president was going to make that announcement. That was speculation, but then we were told that he was unwell, and then on Friday, of course, he was seen attending that dinner at Ntabanyoni, which raised a lot of public debate, scrutiny, and just criticism, to say if he's unwell but he's able to attend to that dinner and that private business, then he can still continue to undertake the business of government, in his official capacity as the president of the republic. But Mr. Magwenya defended all of that, saying really a decision and the date was never set for the president that he was going to address the nation. It's been purely speculation. But please take a listen.
While he is still nursing his common cold, the President is finalizing his reconfiguration of the National Executive. Furthermore, there have been parliamentary processes, such as the swearing in of certain members of Parliament, that the President needed to take account of whilst he is finalizing the formation of the Executive. The President appreciates the importance of putting in place a National Executive that will build on the commitments government has made for faster growth through our investment drive, economic reforms, public employment programs, and expanding infrastructure programs. Having exercised his constitutional prerogative, the President will announce the new National Executive at 7 p.m. tomorrow, Monday the 6th of March 2023. This will reinforce government's focus, as the President said in SONA, on those actions that will make a meaningful difference now, that will enable real progress within the next year, that will lay a foundation for a sustained recovery into the future.
Thank you so much. That was our senior reporter, Siphamandla Goge, just giving us an update there. Of course, we now know that the President will be making that announcement, the reconfiguration of his national executive, tomorrow evening at 7 p.m.